We almost died. She would go into my closet and wear my clothes when I was not there.
They had like security escort me out. So.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I had no idea that was going on. I was going back to Florida a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I have a feeling she's been sleeping in my bed.
Wait, you never told me that. What?
First of all, this guy kept calling me Kim. We didn't like each other.
Yeah, okay, let's just throw it out there. We pull up to this like swamp and they're like, oh yeah, this is like a cool place to hang. I'm like, for who? Snakes? Oh, are you still drinking it? Sorry. You can just double fist real quick. Let's open this up and cheers. With 3. Cheers. To our first Scoodle-a-doodle.
So we have to talk about our weekend.
Oh yeah.
We almost died. We could have died for real. We were out at a show
in St. Augustine, which is like 45 minutes away without traffic.
And it's a tiny, tiny town. It's not like it's super busy. It's like a beach town.
The oldest city in the U.S.
Most haunted in the U.S.
Most haunted.
Too. One of my favorite places to go.
So yeah, we were at this show.
It's impossible to get Ubers. We sat there I called one before we even left the place. I called a Lyft, and it kept saying it was connecting, and then we sat outside for so long, and you're like, I'm just gonna call Uber, because Uber was like triple the price.
It was $160 on Uber.
But that was just to go from St. Augustine to your house. When we added my stop, it went up to $240 or $230 something.
I saw it was super expensive, but I was just like, fuck it. Like, I want to leave. Like, when I'm like drunk and I want to fucking leave, I have to go.
Yeah. But so when we got in there, you add the stop and you're like, 200. And the guy was like, what? 200? I'm only getting paid 60 for this. Sounds like we're both getting screwed.
We were.
Which, valid, like we were. Yeah. But also, we were drunk, females. We don't know who this guy is. And he's like, I'll just take you home off
for
the app.
For $160.
No, he said.
Or $130.
No, he said, I'll just take you home off the app. And you can just pay me directly. And you're like, perfect, I'll give you $100. He's like, perfect. So then... I was like, okay, and I was trying to Venmo you, and you were trying to Venmo him. Then you're like, can we stop at the gas station? I think we had to pee. I don't remember. First of all, this guy kept calling me Kim.
He loved her, but not her name.
Because he's like, I don't know your name, but you look like Kim Kardashian. And so he kept calling me Kim, and I didn't want to give him my name, so I just kept ignoring it. He was saying it. Then he was like, what's your friend's name? Like, I still don't know her name. And you're like, Kayla. I was like, oh, God. I didn't want him to know my name.
And he kept calling me Samantha.
And then he goes, when you were actually Venmoing him after we got everything. We got pee, got our drink, everything. And you're like, okay, so 100. He's like, yeah, but don't forget tip. And don't forget that we stopped at a gas station and we took time to like pause for you guys. I let you pee. You got your drinks. And you're like, okay, 130. I was like, Sam.
Well, I literally just give my money away when I'm drunk.
That's like your toxic trait.
It is.
You're drunk.
So
you're just like, take my money, anybody.
I'm like, oh, this hot dog's $500.
Perfect.
I'll take 2. Just put it on my credit card. Who wants hot dogs? Anyone else?
You know, when I first met you, I was like, wow, this girl's so rich. She's like, because like you would go up and just buy me drinks to everybody. Rounds on me.
I'm
irresponsible.
I'm not rich.
I thought she was so rich, and now I just know you're like.
People think I'm like just really wealthy.
Probably. Can we also talk about the fact that you kept asking us sexual questions?
Oh my God, no! I started. So after you left me, he dropped you off. I started recording videos of our conversations to send to my friend Caitlin, because I was like, if I fucking die,
this guy was so creepy.
He was like asking, so I'm gay as fuck, and he was asking like why I don't like men or something, and I was like, I have like the videos, and I was just like, oh, it just doesn't do it for me. But yeah, he was like actually really fucking weird.
Very weird. And he asked me if I liked it from behind or something. Because, and the way it started was, I know because we were talking about how when I was getting ready and you were coming over earlier that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and you asked me what the gate code was, and I was literally having sex.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw it on my Apple Watch, and I was like, oh, I gotta respond to
You're
this.
like, pound. One.
And he was like, oh, that's when he was like, oh, well, how were you doing it? What were you doing, Kim? How was it? And I'm like, this is so weird. I'm not really Kim Kardashian. I'm not gonna, well, actually, I have really a sex tape.
You're like, I'm not gonna make a sex. I have, but like, you're not gonna see it.
You're not gonna get that. It's erased. No.
That's wild. I actually
God.
also made a sex tape once.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, it was like a girl, like on Girls. I just like for funsies. I was also 17, so no one will ever see it. But like on an old ass camcorder. I don't know what prompted
On a
that.
camcorder?
Yeah, it was an old camcorder. I was 17.
Was it yours?
It was my mom's. And might I say, I may have recorded over my brother's confirmation.
Wait, for real?
I just remember that.
Oh
My youngest
Which
brother. I recorded over his confirmation. And then I had to, oh my God, I remember, this is such a wild story. I did that, and then the day after, I was putting the tape back because I knew there was shit on it, and I was like, oh my God, like I obviously can't have that in there.
What did you do?
I recorded a show. I remember I recorded, I think it was like TRL or something on MTV. I recorded that over it, and I remember my mom be like, oh, you're just gonna record over your brother's video with music videos? I was like,
you're lucky that's all it is.
Whoa, wild story. I just forgot about that. That's
so
funny.
What was the point of recording it then? Just to watch it back and then delete it?
I think I just wanted to see if I was like really good and bad. I don't know what the point was.
So what was the
I was literally 17 with my first girlfriend. We had, or I don't know if she did, but I had no experience. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And the consensus was like it was really awkward. It was just like, did not look fun for anyone, honestly. I'm not saying I'm bad in bed. I'm older now. I was 17 then. But it was just a lot of like, am I doing okay?
Did you actually say that?
Yeah. You gotta like figure it out. Does this feel
God.
good? I don't know.
Wait, this is a new thing I've never known about you.
That's hilarious. I like hadn't thought about it until this.
Okay, this is something that has been on my mind since I was like 16. Taylor Swift was on Ellen DeGeneres' show, and they were talking about, yes, this was like way back in the day when we were young. Mm-hmm. And I remember hearing this. Ellen was like, so I want to find this clip because I just remember her saying, so Taylor, it seems like me and you are the only people on this earth that wash our legs when we're in the shower. And I was like, I heard that and I was like,
what does that mean?
People don't wash their legs in the shower?
Don't you wash your body in the shower?
But see, that's it.
Isn't that the point?
There's two types of people, I've realized. And then recently I heard this on another podcast or something. Oh, it was Call Her Daddy, and she was talking to Chelsea Handler. And they were talking about how they don't wash their legs in the shower. And I was like, wait.
Did they just assume that the soap like dripping down is cleaning?
Yes.
Interesting.
And I was like, there literally are two types of people. And this is something that has stayed on my mind since I was 16, and I heard this from Ellen.
You're like, we're getting down to the bottom of this.
And I'm like, I heard it this week, and I was like, okay, I need to ask Sam, do you clean your legs in the shower?
I absolutely do, but how embarrassing would that be if I said no?
Well, so many people don't.
Yeah, no, okay.
I actually scrub.
I have a loofah and I scrub.
Yeah.
I scrub my body, but I will admit that there are days where I'm not scrubbing like my feet.
Really?
Like I will scrub like my body. I'll scrub the top of my feet and
the top.
I do like a little dance where I kind of like rub my feet like on my legs that have soap all over them.
Oh, on your legs. I thought you were gonna say on the shower thing.
Like I'm a cricket. No. I like take my feet and I just, that's what they do. They like move their legs. But I like take my foot, say this is my leg, and I like.
Okay. Honestly, I didn't like a lot of things. I'm like, oh, that's a Sam answer. That's that Sam answer. I had no idea which way you were going to go with this because you are like very OCD and clean.
I'm OCD, but I have like weird like things that I like am not OCD about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I really don't know what she's going to do.
That's so true. Well, thank God we shower our legs because that would
I'm glad that
I would have had you cut that if I said I didn't.
I would have had to cut you as a friend if you don't wash your legs.
Actually, like, cheers, we're done. I say like bring back like old birthday themes. Like I want to go to a rainforest cafe and just get hammered with monkeys.
I haven't been to a rainforest cafe, and did they still exist?
I like actually want to look this up now
because we should go there.
We just literally go to Orlando for the rainforest cafe. We could film it.
We could do a vlog.
So Kayla and I met because she was already living in LA and I had just moved there. This was 2018, and I moved in with her old roommates from college. Right? You also knew each other in high school, right?
Yeah, I met her through my best friend in high school in Jacksonville, Florida, and then moved to LA for college, and then she moved out there, and so we ended up living together for a few months out there. And then I moved back to Jacksonville. And then I moved back out to LA, and I was like...
Is that when I saw you?
And that's when I met you. And we were at the Abbey.
Yeah.
First of all, the gayest, largest gay bar. I was there with my two friends, and we saw you.
Yeah. And B.
And what should we call her?
B.
And B. And we didn't know each other.
No. I was with my ex and our roommate, B.
Well, you convinced her to come up to me, right? Because she told you that I was homophobic.
That she was homophobic.
Yet I was at the largest gay club.
Which is so wild, because I was like, I don't know, it kind of feels like not homophobic to be at the Abbey, but that's just me.
Also have a gay brother or gay niece.
Fast forward to Los Angeles Pride.
Again, Pride.
Homophobic.
Me, the homophobe, over here going to the Abbey
and Pride with you guys.
I had no idea she's over here talking shit about me. We run into each other at the Abbey. Then I wanted to go to Pride, and so I was like, oh, I think will probably be there. Like, she's the only other person I know in LA right now. Like, let me call her. And she's like, yeah, come over. And then I come over and meet you as her roommate.
But yeah, so Kayla and I met each other, or like hung out for the first time really that day, and we thought each other was it like I didn't like really think you were a bitch, but you weren't like, I didn't feel like you had made. I was also going through like some of my own stuff
We didn't like each other.
Yeah, okay, let's just throw it out there. I was dealing with my own stuff. I was going through what was about to be like a breakup of a 6-year relationship, and that was like really hard to navigate. And I think just like meeting new people, I was like just thrown off that day because I was not in a good mood and like whatever. Also, I got kicked out of Pride that day.
Oh, wait, why?
Because I had a vape. Yeah, like one of the like really embarrassingly like big ones, like back when like it was cool to like have a hobby to like build your own like oils and stuff. And they didn't let me take it in, and I was like, okay, like sick, like I can just leave it here and like pick it up later. They were like, yeah. Expensive vape, by the way. It was like $100. That felt expensive to me. Anyway, so I walk in and like everyone's just fucking vaping. People are smoking weed, people are like smoking nicotine, and I'm like, okay, I was singled out. Mm-hmm. And so I went back and I was like, yo, like, can I just get that back? Like, I'll just leave, that's fine. Like, I don't have to go back in. They threw it away. And they told me to dig through the trash. Anyway, I did, because I'm a fiend.
Did you find it?
No, I didn't find it. But
you know someone stole that. They didn't throw it away. Someone took that.
That's literally what I said. I ended up like causing a scene. Not a scene, I was just like, what the fuck, man? Like, why are you being rude to me? Why would you tell somebody to dig through garbage? Like, I just paid to get in here and this is how you're treating me. And yeah, they had like security escort me out. So.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I had no idea that was
I
going
went
on.
home and I Postmated a jewel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's how we met. And after my ex and I broke up, all of her friends chose to take her side and like console her, which fair, fine. But Kayla, I like had no friends in LA. I had just moved there like 3 months before, and I was sitting at home in my apartment in Koreatown, and I like hit up Kayla and I was like, hey, would you want to get a drink? And I was like, I really thought she was gonna ignore me or like just not want to hang out. And she was like, yeah, sure. And
I also had no friends back then either.
I had no idea.
I had just moved back to LA after being gone for like 5 years.
That's so
and I
true.
only knew my brother and his friends. And all of them were out of town for Pride. That's why I was like, I have no one. And when you asked me, I was like, yes, I can meet someone. I'm like, oh, like somewhere outside the group.
That's like so sweet because we were both like, I was so nervous to even just ask you to like hang out. And we had such a fun time. We met at Pump. We had like a silly little night, and the rest is history.
It's so crazy because now I think about making friends today, and it's so scary. And like back then, I feel like it was so easy. It was so different.
Yeah,
it was like, yeah, let's go.
Scary.
Let's do this. Let's do that.
But it was also just like, I don't know. We just like vibed so well together.
I guess so. Yeah, because
and honestly, thank you, B. Because I found my best friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because neither of us
I don't speak to her anymore, but I got Kayla, so
Can I tell a story?
Lucky. You can do whatever
about
you want.
When she lived with me for a little bit, she would go into my closet and wear my clothes when I was not there. She would take them and wear them, and then put them back in the wrong spot. And I'm very detailed. Like I color code my closet.
Do it correctly.
Well, I may not be crazy like OCD about everything, but my closet I am. I have all the same color hangers. I do Roy G. Biv.
Do you buy like nice hangers?
The black velvety ones.
That's so funny. I had someone make fun of me once because I had plastic hangers.
Yeah, those bother me so bad.
I never got velvet ones, but maybe
so
I should.
You should. It looks so much better.
And the shirts don't fall.
No.
It's just right there.
They do. So I do like Roy G. Biv colors by section, like crops, long sleeve crops, like it's so organized. So when she would come in and use my clothes without asking me, first of all, just ask me.
They were just like pants with your shirts randomly.
And I'm like, this is weird. Then I was going back to Florida a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I have a feeling she's been sleeping in my bed.
Wait, you never told me that. What?
Like, things are just off. It's weird. So I took a pair of socks, stuffed it in my bed in a very specific place, took a picture. And when I came back, those socks were they were like off the bed, like hanging down out between the sheets and the comforter.
What?
Yeah, she had slept in my bed. She was wearing my clothes. And then I remember one time she came home from the Abbey, I think it was.
This is like actually wild. I didn't know this.
Yeah. And so I was like,
this is like single white female shit.
She comes into my bed and I'm sleeping, and she's sitting at the end of my bed and she's like, Kayla, wake up. And she's like, I think the alarm went off. Yeah, the alarm went off in our apartment building. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then she's like, Kayla, I really need to talk to you about something. She's like,
wait, while the alarm's going off?
She's like, I think that we
like,
should just
like are you gonna tell me there's a fire?
I thought it was something crazy. I thought something happened to her when she was at the bar. Like, oh my God, what went wrong? Like, what's about to happen? And she's like, I think that like we should split milk. I'm like, what? Sure, whatever you want. She's like, because we both drink it. This is back before I was vegan. She's like, we both drink milk. Why would we buy 2 separate ones? We can just split it.
You know, that's so true. And milk does go bad like kind of quickly. So fair.
I mean, it does make sense. But I'm like, you just were at the Abbey till 3 a.m. I've been sleeping. You've been sleeping in my bed when I'm gone, wearing my clothes, and now you want to split the milk?
Now you want to share milk? You're wearing my clothes.
Why did you have this conversation with me about my clothes or my bed? It's about milk.
You're just waiting. I think you should just like give me your clothes at this point. Wait, that's like actually wild. But I think like the whole like time I'm just picturing like a fire alarm ringing in the background and me having a slight panic attack while someone's telling me that we should just go like half-seas on milk.
I know.
That's wild. But like I kind of love that she was thinking of like ways to save money. Actually, though, like side note, I kind of love almond milk. All of a sudden,
it's so good.
Like I've always enjoyed it in like a coffee, but like I've been putting it in my cereal.
Yeah,
it's like good. Delicious, and I've never smelled anything that smelled so good.
It's so good. I make my own almond milk. I have an almond cow, and I literally just buy.
Did you say you have an almond cow?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a device that makes almond milk. You've never heard of it?
An almond cow? No.
It's this.
Obviously, I have to look it up now.
So it's this little container, and you put almonds in it in this little small container, and then you fill the rest up with water, and you press the button, and it juices the almonds, and it makes almond milk.
Wait, can I just say that Williams-Sonoma has their own like cow milk maker? Oh wait, it's almond cow milk maker.
That's it.
Why is it so expensive?
Is it?
Yeah, it's like $250.
Are you serious? Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's so good. And you can make, my mom bought it like, I don't know, 5 years ago, and she didn't use it, and I was like, I'm taking this, and I use it every week.
It's kind of like, honestly though, like the bundle.
That's what I got. Okay, so we need to explain what the fuck Scoodle-a-Doodle means.
Scoodle-a-Doodle holds a very special place in my heart. So,
do you know that it was actually one of my birthdays?
It was?
Mm-hmm. Because I remember exactly what I was wearing.
Do we still have the video?
Yes. I tried to find it the other day, and I didn't look hard enough, but I know I have it in my phone somewhere.
I feel like I do too. So Scoodle-a-Doodle, what it means to me, and you can go next if you want, if you have a different meaning, but to me it means
but we should tell like how it came about first, right?
Well, I'm gonna tell like what it means to me and
Okay.
why it means that to me. So what it means to me is it's about uplifting your friends and just like being there for them, and when they're at their like weakest moments, just like boosting them up.
so sweet and sentimental.
It's so sentimental. So what actually happened was we were in Venice.
Yeah.
Probably.
I remember I was wearing a red dress.
Yeah.
With heels.
And Kayla, like, I'm a fast walker. Like, my father, like, when I was a child, my dad basically sprinted everywhere. So I'm just, like, so used to keeping up the pace. And I have very long legs, not to brag, but I move at a very quick pace. Yeah. And Kayla, especially drunk, when you're drunk, you can like walk 10 miles outside if you have to, but
I don't feel like I can when I'm drunk.
You could, because you don't like pay attention
to
like what you're doing. I don't know, maybe I've gone on walks drunk and that's not a thing, but anyway, so we were getting to like the next bar, and I think we were like, it was a closing or something. We had a reason to get there like at a quick pace.
I don't remember where we were going. I just remember the exact moment.
Kayla was like, click, click, click,
in my heels,
trying so hard to just keep up with my like walk pace, and she was having a hard time. And so I was just like, Scoodle-a-Doodle, like get on here. And I gave her a piggyback ride to the bar, and
Scoodle-a-Doodle,
Scoodle-a-Doodle, forge ahead.
Should we not do that? Is that offensive?
We're not Elon Musk.
Okay. It's like,
I'm not doing a Nazi sign, so but yeah, so full speed ahead, Scoodle-a-Doodle. So yeah,
Scoodle-a-Doodle was invented at that moment.
It was invented at that moment.
Because I can't keep up with her, and I'm always running in my heels, trying to run to be at her walk speed. And she's like, just get on my back.
So I just carry her now like a child everywhere now. But yeah, so that is Scoodle-a-Doodle. That's the name of our podcast. It just felt like us.
We're the Scoodle to each other's doodles.
We are, with scoots to the doots. And I think we are getting a tattoo eventually.
On our leg.
Scoodle-a-Doodle, yes. So
Scoodle and Doodle, or Scoodle. I don't know. Who's getting who? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll just like ask the artist like who fits what word better.
Oh, that's a good way to do it.
I think that's a fair way of doing it. Do we talk about chiggers?
I was just about to say, we need to tell the story about, oh my gosh, why are all these crazy stories on my birthday? Because this is another birthday story.
Oh my god, that was your birthday.
Yeah, this was this last birthday, which...
Can I just preface this story with, I grew up in Virginia, and then I moved to Florida, and then I moved to Virginia. I've lived in Florida like 3 different times, and I've never felt like more of a Floridian than in this fucking moment. This entire day was the most wild, like, in an adventurous way type of day, not like I'm like at afters drinking, gin out of a plastic cup while someone's smoking next to me. Not that adventurous, but like outdoorsy.
Why did that just remind me of another story?
There has been many moments of that happening. Oh my god, we actually have a lot of content. Okay, so
we'll save that one for another time.
So this day, Kayla and I, and you know what's so funny? I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to smoke my vape. Like, what am I, like 12? I have a pink vape.
Is pink not a good color to have as a vape?
No, I'm just like, why are there flames?
Did you buy that in Florida?
Yeah.
That's why.
People take vaping so fucking serious here that you can literally, like, your phone dies. You can call on your vape. Like, it's disgusting.
You can call your phone on your vape?
No, you can literally make phone calls on a vape.
Are you on that one?
Not this one.
Oh.
I'm not rich.
You're not rich, you just pretend to be when you're drunk at the bar.
Get me drunk, I'll buy us both one.
Wait, I need another drink, do you?
Yeah, I'll have one more. May I have a passion fruit, please?
Sure.
Unless that's the one you want, then I want you to have that one.
No, I don't really care what I have at this point. Round 2.
Okay.
Honestly, I grew up in Florida.
Yeah, you've had these moments.
No, and I'm saying this one was like the most. I feel like this was the most Florida I've been. This is why I left Florida, because I don't feel like I fit in here very much. But that night we fully fit in, and we went for it.
I tried so hard to fit into Florida that at the end of the night I was almost crying. I'll get there. But I was saying, I just wish I were at a nice restaurant with a fucking dirty martini. Anyway, so
me too.
Let's set the picture. It's a beautiful day. It's October.
Actually, it wasn't.
It was
cloudy.
It was a slightly cloudy day that we had planned for a pool day for Kayla's birthday in October. It was nice out. We were looking obviously stunning in our bikinis. We were at her dad's pool, and we were just planning on having like a silly little chill day, just us two, with like a fucking pack of White Claw. Like, how much trouble could we really get into?
And a pub sub.
And a fucking pub sub. Like, we were, honestly, that was so cute.
Also, you bought me vegan cupcakes that I'm really pissed about that I never got to eat.
And I bought her fucking vegan cupcakes.
But anyway.
So we go, or I go, I meet up with her, we're like on our second White Claw, we're just like eating our pub sub, and she gets a phone call, and I'll let you go now.
So my friend that I've known since, I think I met him when I was like 19.
Nicest guy, we love him.
Calls me and is like, hey, happy birthday, do you want to go on a boat?
He was supposed to come to the pool.
Yeah, he was on his way to the pool, and he's like, hey, I stopped at this restaurant, my friends are here, they've got their boat, we're going to come pick you. Or he's like, do you want to go on a boat? I'm with them now. And I was like, Sam, do you want to go on a boat? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, perfect, I'm pulling into your harbor right now. Because my dad's apartment is on a body of water.
I was like, this is the coolest day ever. Like, you're not used to that in like Los Angeles unless you like just live in Venice, or you're like on the water and your friends are rich and they come pick you up on their boat. But
yeah, it's not very common out there. And so I was like, yeah, let's go. And it's crazy because he was like, we are here, like, come now.
Yeah.
So we like grabbed our stuff. We're in our bathing suits.
They were like there waiting.
jump on this boat. All these
there are women twerking, and I'm
there?
like, yeah. I was like, I'm in heaven. I was just taking like videos of myself on the boat, like, this is crazy. This is so fun.
I only knew my friend and then one other girl on the boat. I didn't know anyone else. It was just a bunch of random men in this boat that looks like
it looks like it's a racing boat.
It looks like an asshole. Like, okay, you know
like
those
a
guys?
fucking douchebag owns this boat.
You know those guys that are like driving down the street and they've got their cars like with flames on them and they're like, whoa, and they're loud engines. Like, that's what this was.
It reminds me of like what am I trying to say? It reminds me of like
Small
just
dick
like
energy.
a country boy with like the most expensive truck, and he's like, oh, like don't slam my door too hard when you get out. Like, that's the boat's vibe. But I was so for it. I was like, if I had a boat, it would be this one.
I hope not.
I would be like vroom vroom. Me also vroom vroom. I don't know how to drive a boat. Let's fucking go.
I think it's normally a wheel.
But like, can you like
I think there's like a gear shift.
Oh,
it's like a car.
I'd be like, vroom,
I think.
vroom, bitch.
I don't know. I've only been on a couple boats, but.
So they pick us up and they take us to this like island where like one of their other friends' boats was, and it was like a lot of fun. We like were hanging on the water. I was asking everyone casually, like, how many sharks do you typically see here? Are there alligators? Should I not be in the water? I was asking a lot of questions about that. And then
alligators are in freshwater, aren't they?
I don't know anything about alligators, but there is a baby alligator that lives in my like backyard.
Yeah.
So
there's always like.
I guess that is freshwater. It's a pond.
Yeah, I think they're freshwater. Sharks are the only thing you have to worry about in the.
Yeah,
ocean.
because the shark like the intercoastal it like goes off into the ocean, right? So like sharks could technically go in there if they felt like it.
We were in salt water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's sharks there.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is it felt like we were on a river, but we were in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
I guess. I don't know.
So after we were hanging out in the water, we decide this guy tricks us into going to his house. He's like, just come back. I'll Uber you home whenever you want to go. Everybody's going to be there. You have to come back.
Obviously,
so we're like, okay.
Gentleman.
Yeah, we're like, whatever, that's fine. Like, I'm with one of my best friends. Like, these are his friends. It's all good. So we go back to his house. First of all, we stopped by Publix to get some drinks.
And we walked in like a couple of sluts in our bikini top in Florida on like a beach day. And the woman immediately started yelling at us.
Get out!
And kicked us out, or tried to, because I guess she had a crush on the guy. That doesn't matter. So anyway.
Well, that's his version.
Yeah, I'm sure she had a crush on you. She probably hates you.
Probably.
And that's why she kicked you out too.
Probably.
So we get our claws, whatever it was, and we go back to his house. It's like, chill.
Until it's not.
Until it's not.
They start talking about how they have, what are they called?
Side-by-sides.
Side-by-side, and how we can go out in the woods, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And we're like, we are still in this zone of like, we are fully, like, we both have just moved back to Florida.
We're fully committed.
We're trying to fully commit to being Florida girls.
I'm like,
let's get all the experience we can.
I was like, did someone mention mudding?
That's what they said.
They said,
like,
do you want to go mudding? And I was like, I've never been.
Let's go.
I've only seen that in like Outer Banks on Netflix. Like, I don't know what that is. Tell me more. And so they were like, yeah, sick. So we go, and we're like being thrown around in this fucking side-by-side.
We were in a side-by-side with 2 seats with 3 of us.
4.
Who was the 4th one?
Me and that guy, and then you, and then the driver guy.
Oh, well, that guy hopped in later. Yeah.
What guy?
The one you were making out with?
I'm gay. What? That one? He was very sweet. Anyway.
He actually was very sweet.
He was very kind.
So we are in this ATV Or is that what it's called?
It's like it's a four-wheeler. We were in this four-wheeler, so we're like out in the fucking woods. Also, there's no street lights in the woods, can I tell you? It is pitch black. And it's just like a kind of a terrifying like summer because there's just bugs everywhere.
We're in our bathing suits still. We never have any clothes on. It's pitch dark at night. There's mosquitoes. We can't see anything. We're getting thrown. This guy's whipping it around, throwing us around.
I'm also screaming like faster, so that's my fault. There's mud everywhere. We pull up to this like swamp, and they're like, oh yeah, this is like a cool place to hang. I'm like, for who? Snakes? Anyway, alligators?
So, she's like, I'm not getting out.
Yeah, I refuse.
And I was too afraid to walk, and so I said, you have to carry me.
By the way, can I just say, when we pulled up, there was some weird shit going on in the woods. There were these
young guys.
I think that there was like a little like meetup situation happening because we pulled up with like headlights on, and there were like, it was a group of men in the middle of the woods. And I don't know what men do in the middle of the woods, but if any of you know, let us know.
I can think of a lot of things that they do in the middle of the woods.
I don't know.
It usually ends up on a crime documentary.
We might hear about that one next year.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm not going out either, and so
he picks
her up,
and I'm like this on him, like full on.
She's koala bear hugging him.
He's carrying me. We get into the water.
I remember. I was like, where's Kayla? And I like look over, and I'm like, she's in the fucking water.
Where there
are alligators in there. I was like looking to the guy next to me that I did not make out with, and I was like, does she know? Do they know? I was too drunk. It was terrifying.
And then also I have we were drunk, and I have like random memories. Also when I was holding him like that, he just walks me into the water, and I'm like, I'm cold. We walk out, and then he puts me back on the golf cart. I'm like, great, that was fun. What was that? Now I'm freezing.
What a fun ride.
And I'm wet, I'm freezing, and now, but more bugs are going to be attracted to me. Anyway.
And so we're like, yeah, we're ready to go. So they're like, all right, we'll take you back. So we're driving, and this guy is still like showing off, and I guess we get fucking stuck in the mud, and now I'm like kind of panicking. I'm like, okay, but like how far of a walk is it back? And he's like, yeah, not that far. Like, hold on, my friends are gonna come. They're gonna help us get pushed out of the mud. And I'm like, this is fucking awful. This is the worst day of my life.
We're stuck in the woods at night. I'm freezing because I got in the water and I was wet.
Yeah.
I'm freezing. Bugs are biting us.
It doesn't sound scary, but when you think of like in the middle of the fucking woods near a swamp in Florida where you can't see your hand in front of your face, that's terrifying.
We also had no idea who these people were. My friend who knew them left. When we
decided to stay, and so honestly, that's on us.
We don't know these men.
No. So their friends come in a golf cart, and I'm like, I'm gonna hop out. I'm really strong. I've been working out lately, so like I'm gonna help these men push the golf cart out of the mud.
And I'm like,
while she's driving.
I'm gonna drive because I know how to do this better than you do. When we are drunk, we think we are like.
I'm like, okay, back away, men.
I love how we do that. Like,
I've got this, babe.
We can do this. Get out of our way.
Like, I will literally, just me and Caleb will get ourselves back. Like, you guys get a fucking Uber.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, immediately I got outside. I sunk into mud up to almost my knee. And I immediately slipped, and I was like, I'm not doing this. And so I got back into the back. You're like full throttle, there's like mud flying in these people's faces. I'm being thrown back and forth against metal bars. I had like cuts, bruises everywhere.
Keep pushing!
Oh shit! Left. We're almost there. Oh.
This is my worst.
Right. All right, push.
Oh my god! No, it's like a lot.
Yes. We're almost home. I can't feel my legs.
Oh my god.
I can't either.
Dude, it's so fun.
Oh, we're almost there, Sam. Come on, so break. All right, break.
Let's get on the road.
That's not the worst part though, because we ended up getting chiggers in the woods. Which are fucking insects that hang out on grass that burrow into your skin as you like walk by.
like several days we were itching so bad. It's like, oh, I thought we got mosquito bites.
Literally.
No, these things were next level. They
were on my chest.
Yeah,
my
they were on my
legs.
neck.
Yeah.
All the way down. And it's like not a mosquito's like, oh, it itches. This is like, you can't stop itching. You can't get this to go away.
Like, they are fucking burrowing.
And then you think about what it actually is. We sat there and Googled it. These things are living in your skin, aren't they?
They are, yeah. You are a host. I remember one night I like smoked a little and I was sitting in bed and I was like itching and I'm like, I'm gonna do a little research on chiggers. Worst idea I've ever had in my life.
Wait, this was before this happened?
This was after it. I was like itching really bad one night and I was just like in bed and I was like itching and I'm like, what are these like specifically? Like how long does this last?
I did that when they were in me.
It was the worst. I was like looking at like magnified photos of these monsters living in my skin. I had a fucking full ass like meltdown. It was awful. And they last like, I think it was almost a month. For me.
Did they?
Mine were like 3 weeks.
I know it was like at a week they got worse.
Yeah, because you lost like a week before me.
So our Florida adventure has been pretty fun. I'm sure we're gonna have many more experiences coming up.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to live life to the fullest in Florida because we've been in LA for how long? Like 6 years before that?
Yeah.
We were living the princess life in LA and now we're living the rough life in Florida. It's also, I feel like, wrapping it, like bringing it back to Scoodle-a-Doodle, like it's so rare that you meet friends. Like we were both in crazy party phase, like when we met each other.
We were living some dark times.
I would have to say that was one of the darkest times of my life.
Yeah, my apartment was being haunted. I will discuss that at a later date.
We were drinking nonstop. We were just not okay. And the fact that now we're not doing that anymore and we're still friends says a lot. Because there's those friends.
We made it through the dark phase.
We did.
Yeah, because there's like the friends that like misery loves company. Like you kind of leech onto each other because it's like you're fucking going through hard times together. It's great. But like we really came out on the other side and we're both in Florida at the same time, which is so wild to me. I like remind her constantly of it. I'm here because my dad and my grandma lives here and she's from here. So it's just so wild to be here at the same time and to go full throttle into the Florida lifestyle.
From LA to Florida.
Yeah, from LA to Florida. Scoodle-a-doodle for life.
Scoodle-a-doodle,
we'll see you
bitches.
next time. Scoodle-a-doodle.